Welcome to the updated guide for RECOUP Demon form. Let's briefly go over the skill tree, gems, and items. Then we can cover the important parts of our setup more in depth. If you are interested in any of the base mechanics used, there is lots of information about Infernal Flame and Demon form on the channel. For now we can see the skill tree heavily focuses on getting as much RECOUP, energy shield, and critical bonuses as we can. We also utilize our 5 jewel sockets for unique jewels. There are still optimizations to be made on this character, but I am happy with how they've turned out at the end of the league. Many of the choices made in this setup are quite expensive, and may not be accessible for everyone. If this is you, we do have another budget version on the channel, which can set you off to a great start on Demon form, so you may farm and upgrade to this version after investment. The flasks and charms are actually important, and do make a difference to the build, so please remember to also copy the stats on these items. As an Infernalist, we have many good options. We don't even have to choose Demon form, this build will still work great without it. If we do select Demon form, we also want to take the Mastered Darkness Ascendancy, which is what allows us to stack our Demon Flame stacks beyond the default limit of 10. We choose Pyromantic Pact, which converts mana into Infernal Flame. When it fills we take damage, and we will recover our life with RECOUP, and then with Sacrosanctum, we also apply this life RECOUP to our energy shield. For only 2 Ascendancy points we get 50% more critical damage. Throughout the skill tree, we focus on energy shield, life RECOUP, and critical bonuses. The weapon set points shown here are for weapon set 1. Where we get additional critical and energy bonuses to help our cast on critical setup when using our wand and focus. Be careful when copying the skill tree, as the online planners do not correctly show the weapon set points for shapeshifting. Weapon set 1 was seen as red lines, now we will see weapon set 2 as green lines. Shapeshifting points will also appear as purple lines. Weapon set 2 focuses on more additive damage bonuses to compensate for what we will be lacking in human form, and some freeze build up to protect us from enemies. This ensures Sire of Shards can clear in delirious maps. Lastly are our shape-shifting skill points. We prefer Energy Shield add life RECOUP nodes, and with this setup I managed to achieve over 100% RECOUP in human form, and 123% in demon form. If you are struggling to reach these numbers, I recommend my earlier version of the RECOUP demon form as a cheaper and viable starting point while gear is obtained. Let's go over our choice of jewels, as I currently don't have any rare jewels equipped. Heroic Tragedy will convert all nearby notable skill nodes, meaning the medium-sized nodes, not the big or small nodes. Unfortunately we cannot pick which nodes we get, we must simply use Divine Orbs on the Heroic Tragedy jewel until we get the stats we want. I highly recommend searching for life RECOUP if you can, as well as the Black Scythe Training Keystone, which replaces Chaos Inoculation on my tree. There are many choices for us when it comes to Megalomaniac, but for demon form, the best we can get is Hail Heart, multiplying our life RECOUP. If we can't get it with Megalomaniac, we can use a From Nothing jewel that allows us to allocate from Bulwark or Unwavering Stance. The other options available are many, but I found the second best to be one of either Barbaric Strength or Vulgar Methods. Whichever one is not on Megalomaniac is anointed. The Metamorphosis jewel can be used to get the Soul Bloom notable without spending any extra skill points. At higher levels, with extra skill points, it would be best to swap this with a powerful rare jewel, but is still helpful to us at lower character levels. The main reason for having a Prism of Belief is to increase mana costs. Although we do gain damage, the increased cost is far more important to increase our life RECOUP and maximum Demon Flame stacks. If we are able to get a Megalomaniac with Hail Heart, then we don't need to use From Nothing to get this. If we can't find a good Megalomaniac, then using From Nothing with Bulwark or Unwavering Stance allows us to pick up Hail Heart. If Hail Heart is obtained with Megalomaniac, we can instead choose to increase maximum fire resistance by allocating Near Blood magic. This especially helps with cast on Ignite, as the Comet Rain we cast costs so much mana, and we take a lot of Infernal Flame damage, so this helps keep us alive. We use Frostbolt, and the support gems aim to increase cost, which gives us higher life RECOUP and more Demon Flame stacks. We use Cast on Critical for mapping, and cast on Ignite for bossing, with Herbalism being swapped. And now for the gear. Our life flask is very important for keeping us alive, as we want to keep it active as often as possible, to reduce the damage we take. Try to get over 2000 life recovered per second and you'll be good to go. Our mana flask only wants increased charges because we use Ambrosia. We won't be able to actually use our mana flask because of Infernal Flame. I choose Stun and Freeze immunity on the charms, as well as a Rite of Passage. I'm currently using Spirit of the Wolf, as it grants increased movement speed and skill speed. Our weapon set 2 uses Sire of Shards, and our Frostbolt will be bound to this weapon in human form. Our wand focuses on critical bonuses, gain as extra, spell levels and additive damage, which are all good options. Our focus also gets some more spell levels, additive damage, and cast speed. More spell levels are found on the Amulet, alongside damage recoup, which is the most important stat for this setup. To take advantage of our life recoup, we use the Sacrosanctum armor, as mentioned earlier. This allows all recovery from life recoup to also apply to Energy Shield, and sustains our Infernal Flame casting for us. Seed of Cataclysm is used for its increased mana cost of skills. The critical bonuses and chaos resistance are also nice to have. For our next ring, Snakepit, we can actually equip it in the left or right slot. Either one will stop Frostbolt from piercing, and causes explosions on hit. If using other spells, we may need to consider whether we want them to fork, or to chain. Our helmet should have as much Energy Shield as we can get. Other stats are not as important on our helmet, only Energy Shield. On the gloves, belt, and boots, we can focus on resistances, as these slots provide less bonus to Energy Shield relative to our helmet. As shown in this gameplay, we can also swap out our cast on critical, for cast on freeze with Frostbolt, and blink, which makes mapping even faster. It depends on our playstyle, and what we want to do in the game. If we would prefer, we can ignore Demon Form altogether and run through maps with Blink and the Sire of Shards. This is fun and a nice change of pace. It's also a lot less dangerous than having to worry about constantly casting to keep our life recoup up. As we see, Fireball can be used instead of Frostbolt, and if we don't use Demon Form, we do not need high amounts of recoup. It only needs to be consistent to recover the cost of us casting spells. As with all of the video guides I have shared on this channel, I just want to reiterate, they are just guides. Many different skills can be used with Demon Form, not only the ones I have showcased. Although, I do think Recoup is the best way for us to go as we need recovery to sustain both Demon Form and Infernal Flame. There are many viable spells we could use in combination with that. Try experimenting with your favorite spells. Use your ideas to create a build you truly enjoy. I can help with any questions you have. Well, that's all the updates for the Demon Form build I have for now. I will be working on a feedback video specifically for Demon Form, and want to include as many bugs, problems and the viability of certain build options as possible. If you've got any ideas you would like to share, or just want to speak about it in general, let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and take care everyone.